This is Duelist, bringing you Chaos March action. Star in a MK2 Prime, Dashfire in a Thor B, Antares in an Ares Delta, Proxima in a Scat Prime, Silver in an Epona B, opposing them Serpentis in an Owens F, Stubble in an Osiris B, Burner in a Bushwhacker A, Bob in a Demolisher A, and Django in an Atlas Prime. We are in the second map tonight. This is TSA Marshes, a small to medium map, well suited to the type of gameplay that we're having this evening. The drop commanders, most likely, are Serpentis for this team and Proxima for the other team. This is the attacking side, while the other side is the defending team. This team here, the attackers, are bringing a lot of close-range stuff, while the defenders are bringing a bunch of long-range stuff. So this will be interesting to, this could be simply a game of position. Where do the two teams meet at? How do they present themselves to each other? And how do they respond to their initial positioning? Burner has two excellent scouts out here. Two very quick and fast mechs. A bit surprising. Django, one of their top pilots, is skilled in anything you put him in, but putting him in an Owens here versus sticking him in your, say, the Atlas. But we trust that Django knows what he's doing, and perhaps that's part of the plan to allow Django to be able to move around and hit and run things while the other pilots utilize the strengths of the other builds. We have a disconnect, so we're going to have a quick hold. Alright, this is Duelist checking in. Okay, let's do an in-game interview. That'll be interesting. Although none of your voices are recording, but I'll try to remember it later. Silvercraft, have you found anything yet? Okay. And then how far out did you guys get before the crash happened? Okay, there you guys are. Wireless. So you went to a wired connection for a bit of stability. All right. So you guys are setting up right now on the south side of the base there. Okay, resume battle. Once you say go and they say go, match will resume. Good luck. So this is Duelist. I interviewed them a little bit, and Silvercraft is unaware of Django's position. Django has done an excellent job of hiding himself, and will be able to spring the trap on Silver if he so desires. Meanwhile, they've said that they're going to set up in this position down over here. And we'll hold here for crossfire and long-range fire support. And can barely see Burner's team down here. The attacking side are way down here, and the effective range of those missiles, the LRMs, is about 1 kilometer, and give or take probably reaches out to right around right here. And so if they continue on this path, if they move from here straight in, they'll come under LRM fire, which the Demolisher, I think, has 1, possibly 2 lambs on it. It'll be able to shoot down some, but not all of it. But if they fire off their missiles early, they'll also give away their position, because even though Django has most likely discovered Silvercraft's position. I don't think that they're aware of the main body yet. I think we're just still... Dashfire's now back in his... vehicle. I think they're trying to see if his connection's going to stabilize. Okay, match is back underway, and they've started to open up Gauss fire. Meanwhile, Star Wraith is firing lock-on missiles, and they're firing a couple back. Looks like the Atlas Prime. I believe it has 2 LRM-10 racks, and they have multiple lambs. I forgot about this. Interesting. They have 1 lambs in the Bushwhacker, 1 or 2 on the demo. I think 1 on the demo, and then possibly 2 on the Atlas. So that long-range advantage just completely went out the window for the missiles. They'll have to coordinate all of their LRM fire to get anything directly in there. Let's back out and see if Django and Silvercraft are... Nope. So it looks like that Django's going to flank into... Try to flank into their position, or perhaps he's going to go the long route back to his main group. He's trying to get a readout, likely on radar, of the enemy's position, if this has GECM on it, which one of their models says GECM on their scout mechs. Anyway, continue to fire LRM missiles. Both teams will continue to exchange it. The defending team, this team here, doesn't have many, if any, lambs, so that is one advantage that the LRM-10 racks on the Atlas Prime will provide. We can see Star Wraith exchanging long-range fire with the demo, which has Gauss. So actually, my initial analysis was wrong. Burner actually has rather significant long-range firepower here between the Demolisher and the Atlas. And so the 2 teams will jockey for position. That part of the analysis was right. You can see everybody's really spread out right now, trying to make sure that it's hard for either team to concentrate on just one target. See if we can try and locate their opponent. This is Silvercraft, their scout, if you will, and he's trying to set up a line of fire for his ATM missiles and his LBX cannon. Or not so much. This is the the PPC, okay. So he'll try and get PPC shut off. You have to be very stable and patient with this to get his shot off. As you can see, he's fired on his target. And Star Wraith is moved over to his position. They're going to attempt to set up some crossfire here. They're trying to stay at maximum range to try and utilize their long-range weaponry. Meanwhile, Proxima's trying to use his jump jets along with dash fire. They're trying to utilize their jump jets to safely pop up. Antares is attempting to keep the attackers busy. Use up some of their LRMs. See that he's trying to get into cover inside of this little base. So now they're going to pull back. A game of positioning. They're pulling back the MK2 and the opponent over here with 2 or 3 of their assets firing here. Now they're going to position themselves. Let's follow them for a bit. Serpentis taking the lead. The Demolisher trading fire with Antares. Burner largely keeping his team together. Django's been freed to go do his thing, which probably means flanking and doing some hit and runs. You can see Bob continuing to fire off the LRMs. Depending on his ammo reload choices. He will possibly run out of LRMs sooner rather than later. Burner and Stubble perhaps realizing this, moving up to set up some crossfire, while Bob and Serpentis continue to take the bulk of the attention from the defenders. The attackers now grouping up themselves, trying to hold the Demolisher and the Atlas at range, while Django is formed up with his other teammates, and they're going to attempt a flank, or even, if you will, a sneak attack onto the backside of the lines to free up the Demolisher and Atlas to attack from a different position. It's always dangerous splitting up your forces like that. But the WR team is largely well practiced and played with each other enough to trust that they can pull it off. Django will now attempt to assist while they fire on the Epona and try to take that down, while Antares tries to move up to help Silvercraft out, making himself a target. So we see Silver going against Django. Django, I would argue, has the, for close-range fire power, certainly has the advantage here versus Silver. Silver attempting to utilize his speed advantage to get out of there. Django losing an arm, which on this particular model is quite a bit of firepower on that Owens. We can see the attackers continue to leave the Atlas and the Demolisher toward the back of the group. The defenders continue to move to try and counter the movement by the attacking forces. You can see Proxima very off in the distance there, getting off a Gauss shot on Burner. At this point, it's going to be hard for them to focus and take down either the Atlas or the Demolisher, so they're probably attempting to, shoot what they can, but at the same time, they're probably thinking about trying to take out the smaller targets, such as the 4 that you see here. The Demolisher's been able to have enough speed to move up to support them. Bob's slowly slumbering, going as fast as that Atlas will carry him. We've seen a lot of LRM fire, so it's possible the two teams might slowly start to run a bit low on that, as I'm sure the MK2 pilot more than likely chose Gauss to be his ammo refill. Stubelborn is attempting to do some very slight flanking off to the right. They're trying to protect Django's mech from taking much more damage. He's probably gave out a lot of damage to the opponent, but at the same time, that Owens, even in his very skilled hands, is probably pretty heavily damaged. So they'll let the Atlas and the Demolisher take the lead now, while Burner goes off in a wing, and Django will try and sneak by, use his speed, get a few shots off. They're still attempting to take down Silvercraft at this point, while we see the long-range assets for the defenders continue to pluck away at distance. They've largely moved into a stabilized positioning now, as the attackers are attempting to push the issue. You can see that Django has moved way back into the backfield here, attempting to get a couple of shots off before he pulls back on either Antares or Dashfire in the background there. So they're just going to attempt to support Burner right now with their long-range firepower, taking turns with the Demolisher and the Atlas to take some shots off. And then when it's clear to do so, they'll move up Burner and Stubelborn. Atari's now in a pretty bad position. He's attempting to get away, but he's going to take a lot of firepower here. He can get away here. Rather impressed. Django is somewhere on the map. Let's find out. Okay, we see Django moving up from the side of the base, setting up crossfire with his remaining missiles and small laser. Get a up-close view now. Burner just attempting to use his lambs, take a little bit of the long-range firepower, as his armor is still largely fresh. And Serpentis is taking some pretty decent shots now. Bob's armor likely still pretty decent. Serpentis' armor is probably starting to get a bit damaged now, so their next attack they'll probably use Stubble and Burner to lead the charge. As we see them attempting to flank in a direction away from their previous position. They're trying to increase the distance a bit, perhaps move out to the backside of one of these bases. Burner, largely with the fresh armor, I would guess, sees Proxima jumping, is going to wait a minute. Both teams have probably dealt quite a bit of damage to each other right now, so it's just a situation where they're trying to be smart about their positioning and how they present themselves so that they try not to lose any one asset. Now the attackers are, let's follow them for a bit now. The attackers attempting to get their jump shot on. They're pop-tarting snipes. In fact, that's one thing that they can do that the attackers can't so much is use their jump jets to provide jumping firepower. Silvercraft trying to stay back, attempting to support with his PPC, but also largely damaged, I'd imagine. He's attempting to stay as far back as he can to stay alive. The two teams have dug in very defensively now. Neither team really presenting attack options. Django trying to buy his team time to reposition. Star Wraith and Dashfire have decent weapons, and you can see that Django goes down. That's a very skilled player. Even in an Owens, that's still quite a loss for the attacking team. The defenders now take a 5-4 advantage in assets. I suppose you could make the argument that if you're going to have something die, you would want one of your lightest assets to go, because you still have your assault mechs and your heavies and your medium, but still an excellent job by Django to harass the team. A lot of damage with the mech he was given, but ultimately we'll have to see if his sacrifice will be enough to buy his team time. Stubbleborn attempting to, again, all about positioning, buying time for the main forces to attack, and now 3 on 5. They take down Star Wraith, and perhaps they have enough firepower now. Burner will attempt the best he can to finish off Proxima, but he is massively out of position versus the rest of his team now, having all of... we've tied up 3-3. Burner now taking down Silver in a very interesting move. They have enough firepower to take this down. A risky move, sending in Stubble and Django to sacrifice themselves, but ultimately it's a crazy one that pays off, and now they will simply take down Proxima, who will fight as hard as he can, but kudos to the risky but ultimately rewarding strategy that they utilized, and now Wolverine's Rebirth attackers will walk away with the victory. A very hard-fought battle, a very interesting battle, but ultimately at the end of the day, they're able to keep the Demolisher, Atlas, and Bushwhacker fresh enough and buy them enough time to move into range and systematically take out their opposition. I hope you enjoyed the battle as much as I did. You can come play with us on weekends, mwll.mwmaster.net TeamSpeak, where you can get more information, and hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time on the Chaos Merch Network.